Hello and welcome back to another episode of the CQ the Watch Guy podcast with me, CQ the Watch Guy. Hope you're having an amazing day today. I know I am. It's Friday. I'm outside again. The weather has cleared up a little bit, so I'm able to record this one on top of the Miami headquarters for DavidSW, which is awesome. And it's actually been a really great week for us at the boutique. We got showcases in. We got the new light setups. I definitely invite you to come by, check us out. We're just a minute away from the main design district stretch at 4800 Northeast 2nd Avenue. Shoot me an email, give us a call, set up an appointment, come on by. You'll love to see the space. And we have some great events that are going to be coming up in December for the grand opening. And we're going to have a great, a couple other events that are coming up as well. The CP Time 3rd anniversary party is going to be here. And it's also Art Basel weekend. So it's going to be a crazy week. We'll get you more details when everything is finalized. But definitely, if you're in the Miami area or even in Florida in general, it's going to be worth it to come on down, have some fun, and talk some watches with us. Enjoy good times, good people, good watches. And, there's beaches all over. So what more could you want, right? Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. Today is an interesting one. I was wondering what to talk about. And I want to shout out manager here, Jose Fernandez. I was like, what do I talk about today? What should she talk about? And I was talking to him a little bit about, his experiences buying and collecting on his own and things that he suggests to other, clients and stuff as well. Because this week, for whatever reason, anecdotally or online, you just seen a lot of, I know a lot of clients who've had some issues with new dealers and new sources. They've been trying to buy a watch and also sell a watch. So he said something very interesting to me. He said, not every deal is a good deal, or not every deal is a deal. And I think that is such a great, piece of wisdom and something that you should always have in the back of your head. Not only when you're looking to buy a watch, but also when you're looking to sell a watch, right? Because sometimes we got so caught up in a great price that you just want to go gung-ho, make it happen. And then there's so many things on the back end of that great price, whether it be customer service issues, the watch needs to be serviced, something with the warranty card, this, that, and the other. And, at the end of it, you're like, man, I wish I didn't go for the lowest price possible. Now, sometimes you just get a great deal, right? You catch, like right now, depending on what you're looking for in the market, there's some amazing deals to be found out there. So you might just find a good deal. So I think it always goes back to, you know, buy what you love, but also buy with who you trust. So I'll add on to what I always say. I always say buy what you love, because you should always buy what you want. It's your money. You work hard for it, and you're the person who's going to enjoy the watch and have all these experiences with the watch. So it should be something that you really enjoy. We should also buy or sell. Let's say transact. You should transact with somebody that you trust, right? You shouldn't be. I don't particularly suggest doing business with somebody you've never met, about somebody that you can't do research about, somebody who doesn't have an answer to any of your questions. If you call us or any reputable dealer, whether you want to buy or sell me something, I have an answer for every question you might have, because we've done it so much. And they're really, when you're talking about these transactions, it really shouldn't be a question, unless, let's say, maybe you're asking me about a very unique limited edition piece that has a special movement or something, more on the horological side. Of course, there's always questions there. But when we're just talking about the transaction, you selling me the piece, me sending you the shipping label, how fast do you get paid, how's the inspection process going, and on the buying side, how do you guys do quality control, how do you guys ship me the watch, when will I get it, what's my warranty, what's my return policy. All these things should have a very quick, easy answer, unless it's a very, very unique, off the wall scenario. You need to pick up something, while you're flying over Miami and I got a parachute in. Okay, then I'm going to take some time to figure out how I can get the plane and parachute in and all that stuff. But beyond that, it should be a very easy answer. I always suggest you deal with people who have the product in stock, unless it's something. Here's what I suggest. I don't suggest working with people who have a picture, there's a computer picture of a watch, and say they have it in stock. If you come to me and you're looking for something specific and you want me to source it, then I'll let you say, hey, I'm gonna hunt for this watch for you. What's your budget? What's your timeline? What's your expectations here? I'm gonna get to work for you on the sourcing side. That's one thing. But if I have just a CG image of a watch there with a price and everything, with details about the watch. But when you call me, I don't really have it in stock. I think then it gets into a little bit of a gray area, because you kind of want to know from the beginning of the transaction exactly what you're going for. And sometimes when you go, you work with certain people who are just using, they're basically they're using the picture to get you to interact with them, and then they're doing the work on the back end to try to find the watch for you. But in the beginning, you're looking for one thing, and the watch you actually might get might be something different, right? Now, sometimes this is okay in situations where, I don't know, a watch was recently released, and you're trying to get it, maybe it's a very limited edition and something like that, you want to secure a sale. But again, that should be always the exception, never the rule. It should always be the exception. And to me, you want to work with people who have things in stock, or if they're going to source for you, they're very upfront about how they're going to source it for you, where they're going to try to source it from. And for me, it's the same on the selling side. It should be a nice, easy, seamless transaction. All the answers to all your questions should be very easy to get. I really, again, it should be a seamless transaction. How we work here: you inquire with us, email, chat, phone, whatever. You send in pictures. You have a conversation about expectations, our expectations on the condition of your watch. We try to get a little bit of a history, servicing, things like that. How old is the watch? We try to get as much pictures as possible. So when we give you that price, it's a very accurate price, right? We don't want to give you a price and then when you send in the watch, things have to change at all. Or if they do change, they have to change dramatically. And most businesses will work like this as well. Very seamless. Everything's up front. You do hear a lot of things, recently from some businesses where you send in a watch, it takes, quite a long time to get paid, or they try to, shake you down when you send in the watch. This is wrong. This is different. So you really want to look at reviews. You want to trust who you're selling the watch to as well. I really don't suggest doing any type of peer-to-peer transaction if you don't really know that person, or if it's not, a trusted friend of a very, very trusted friend, because there's so much, ways people can scam or fraud you these days. They are getting very advanced and very complex, and in the luxury realm as well, you see all type of things. So I'm very careful, any peer-to-peer transaction, especially, face to face. I don't know you. Let's meet in a bank. Let's meet in a parking lot, in a police station. No, thank you. I like something that's, again, I like peace of mind. I'm comfort. I like things to be comfortable, seamless, and I really, don't enjoy headaches, especially, imagine me trying to run after somebody. They just trying to take my watch and I got to tackle them. We don't want to even get, I don't want to think of these things. So buy what you love, trust your buyer, trust your seller, do your research. And remember, at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your property, it's your timepiece. So you want to feel comfortable doing the deal. Don't get pushed into a deal because you feel, oh, this is a really good price, or some people pressure you into it. You need to be 100% comfortable with that transaction in every part, not only on the product side, but also on the seller side or the buyer side and everything in between. It should be a comfortable, seamless transaction. Forgetting values, forgetting everything, that's all, a different story. But the transaction itself should be between two trusted parties. And, like I started off saying, in the words of Mr. Jose Fernandez, every deal is not a good deal. So make sure you do your research thoroughly. All right, my friends, hope you enjoyed that little talk there. And we're going to get into some watches of the week. And I have a nice lineup here. And we're going to start with the big boy, Omega Seamaster Ploprof, 1200 meters. I love a Ploprof. Another iconic dive watch, right? A lot of iconic dive watches out there. This one has been made since the 70s, and it is truly an icon, just in its shape, its built, everything. I really love this one because it's in titanium. Now, the reason why that's important is because the Ploprof is a bigger watch, right? 55 by 48 on the case size. And when it's in steel, it could be a hefty piece. I enjoy a heavier watch, but, wearing one of these all day, it comes on that shark-proof bracelet as well. So having it in titanium gives you the feel, the look of a nice big watch, but not the feel, but the look, the presence, the wrist presence of a big watch, but the feel of something much more lighter. And with that titanium, I think it balances out this watch perfectly. And again, it's bold, it's unique. It's for somebody who really, enjoys Omega or enjoys a dive watch lifestyle that wants just a really great conversation piece. But to me, this is one of the Ploprofs to have, especially in titanium. The new one that just came out with that beautiful blue dial is great too, but this one in titanium, beautiful white dial. You got the gorgeous blue with the orange accents. It's a great contrast. It's a great looking watch. And of course, it's heavy angles. It's a big piece, but if you like it, I love it, right? It's a great watch. Now moving up the chain a little bit, we have a JLC Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Calendar Automatic. This one's a full set from 2012, and I wanted to talk about this because accessible complications. This is the definition of an accessible complication. You have a full calendar, you have the month, the date, you have the month, the day, and the date going on in the peripheral. Then you have a power reserve up top at 12 o'clock. The moon phase is 6 o'clock. And this watch is under $8,000 for a full set. In-house movement, 1,000-hour test. I don't know. JLC is one of those brands where you can just find so much great value no matter where you look. And if you're looking at something like this, the 2012, 2010 era of JLC, you just have some very interesting pieces, and you get a lot of that accessible complications, ultra thin perpetual calendars and such. But I think, if you're looking for a complicated piece, you want something that's easy on the bank account, and you want something that's from one of the best manufacturers in the business. JLC Master Calendar Automatic really can't beat something like that. Going down, we have a Rolex Cosmograph Daytona in the white dial. Now, this is the pre-ceramic version, so you have that beautiful steel bezel. I really like these watches. I think these will never, ever go out of style. So this one's a K serial, so that means 2000 to 2001. So this is one of the first generations after post-Zenith movement, right, as well. I just love the look of these steel bezels. I like it in the white dial. I have a two-tone Zenith movement with a black dial. I like two-tone black, but I like the stainless in the white dial. It just gives it a nice pop to the watch. It really brightens it up. And, this one's under 20,000, so these are some great prices right now. Box, no papers, but still in very good condition. I always look at the bezels for these pieces. I want to see a nice, crisp bezel where I can still read everything on the tachymeter scale, which you can here. Then everything else looks great about this watch. You saw the green sticker on the back. And again, if you're a Daytona fan, there's so many great variations out there. I love the ceramics. They're great, but something about this era with the steel bezel, they just have a really good character, and I just enjoy the watches. Of course, the bezel can get scratched up, but that's life. Put some memories on the watch. I'm not afraid of any scratches. So let's keep it moving with another beautiful Rolex. You have a Rolex Day-Date 228239 2021 blue dial. So Day-Date 40 with the blue Roman dial. I love this blue. This is the same blue that you're going to find on the white gold Daytona. Deep royal blue, I guess you call it, deep royal blue with a nice metallic sheen with that Day-Date 40 those Roman numerals that are applied. They're really beautiful as well. Best part of this watch, under retail or at retail, 41,875. Retail price on this, I believe, is like 41,500 or so. And it's good to see great looking watches like these come into a nice accessible price where you could get it, at retail, under retail without tax, if you think about it like that. Not waiting in the line. And a lot of great precious metal pieces are coming into this range as well. I just think this is a looker. So this is a great one. If you love a president, you want something a little bit understated, but still has a nice pop of color, but it's not going to scream across the room, I think the Day-Date 40 white gold with the blue Roman dial is an excellent choice. And let's see, I think we have last but not least, oh yes, I was talking about Patek to somebody heavily today, and I was like, listen, I started my career, in a Patek AD, so I drank the Kool-Aid. I love Patek Philippe. He was asking my opinion on Nautiluses, and I was like, I don't know if I've held a Nautilus piece that I didn't enjoy looking at. But we are here today to talk about the Patek Philippe 5270/1R. So this is a grand complication, perpetual calendar with a chronograph on a beautiful 18-karat rose gold bracelet. A lot of people don't give Patek credit for their bracelets. They don't do too much of these style bracelets. You find these on some older World Times. You find these on some 5146s, and maybe even the earlier generation annual calendars as well. And I just love. It's a very jewelry style bracelet. It's flexible. It's beautiful, but it still has a nice oomph to it. But it just breathes. It's so nice. And of course, I love the 5270 in itself. I love complicated watches, and this is a chef's kiss of complicated watches, continuing the lineage that Patek has with perpetual calendars and perpetual calendar chronographs, just updating on that beautiful black dial that just contrasts so well with the rose gold case, and it is just a gorgeous watch. It's gorgeous, it's complicated. This is the lowest price on the market right now, 168,575. If you have been thinking about Patek, thinking about going to a heavy level in a complicated watch, but you're also somebody who wants something that just has a really nice, rich luxe look. You love gold, you love bracelets, but you want to dip your head, you want to poke your head into the clouds of high horology. This is a piece where any room you walk in, if they appreciate watches, they will enjoy your piece. And if you love gold, this is to me, this could be the crown in any collection. 5270/1R. If you've never had one on the wrist, definitely one to see in person. I promise you, you will not be underwhelmed. That's for sure. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. You can see these and many, many more pieces at DavidSW.com. If you want to shoot me an email, feel free to shoot me an email at Cquon, at CQUON, at DavidSW.com. Have a great day and buy what you love.